It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's Maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1664, recorded Thursday, March 1st, 2018. Gone to pot. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have 3 more gadgets from Toy Fair. We show off my new crappy corner theme. We have a new What the Heck Is It? And we get to find out what the heck was it, all on the Giz Wiz.
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
And here he is, the doctor of gadgets, Dick DeBartolo. How are you doing, Dickie D?
I am doing fine, sir. And you?
Doing fantastic. Fantastic. It seems like all of our technical issues may have been solved. You look crisper, way better than you've ever looked before. You look great.
Good. But as usual, I mean, just as we're going on, my chat room monitor went out. So I flipped through some wires together. And also, wires. So last week after the show, I just took my headset off and just laid it down on the desk. I only use this desk and this monitor for the show. And I come back, not thinking anything, and I go to pick up my headphones. My headphones are in this wire under the box. And I'm thinking, how?
I just set these down.
I just put, wires hate us. They just, I think I posted that there is the ivory gene in wires. They tend to grow,
to wrap around. Sometimes I think, why do I even bother? I take out my head, if I have the in-ear headphones, and I wrap them around my hand and try to put them away all nice. I should just rip them out, try to just throw them all together, just throw them in there, because it doesn't matter what I do. They're going to come out completely tangled.
It does,
and I'll have to spend that 5 minutes of unthreading wires, no matter what I do. So.
Exactly. However, and you may know this, you being a person who travels, on YouTube, there was an audio engineer who told you how to wrap audio cables so you can take them out of the box and just throw one end of them, and it just unwind without a knot, a wrinkle. Do you know about that? Is you make a circle one way and then you make another circle the other way.
Oh, yes. I've done that with XLR cables and things like that.
That's what they were talking about.
Yes.
That's what they were talking about.
I don't have any cables around. But yeah, in fact, I took some radio and television film classes in college. And they taught us the same thing, is you wrap it one way and then you use your hand to kind of flip it under, or wrap it another way, you wrap it back, you wrap it under, you wrap it up. Yeah, totally. It works. It definitely works.
It does. It does indeed. Now, we're getting ready for a nor'easter here. Is the weather good there?
So far, so okay. The spring is always wet in Texas. It's when it rains really hard. So it's definitely been raining a lot and more on the chilly side, still coming off winter. So it hasn't been great, but it's better than the cold, harsh winter. I prefer the rainy, wet spring for sure.
Oh, okay. Well, the weathermen here are all in there. Let's add 5 miles to every forecast. It started yesterday at 40 miles an hour, 45, 55, 60, 65. So the last thing was just 70. And don't be surprised if you see 75 miles an hour. And it is no longer an overnight storm. It's now a 30-hour nor'easter.
Oh, my gosh.
So Dennis and I went down and we checked the lines on the boat, and I have my drop cam on the boat. So anyway.
Yeah, it seems like, I would love that in my job. If I could just always add 5%, just, if I felt like it, Yeah, normally I get paid $100, but it's 110.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, just like throw on some extra numbers there.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
it doesn't happen with freelancers.
No.
Anyway, okay.
Well, we have some more gadgets from Toy Fair.
We do. I believe this is show number 1 of year 13 of the Giz Wiz.
Woohoo! 13 years.
13th year of the Giz Wiz. And I think in May, not too far away, you and I will start our 4th year of totally independent. Amazing.
Like that waffle's independent. Woo!
Okay, so more gadgets and gizmos from Toy Fair 2018. We'll start with a bit of learning, but learning in a fun way for the younger set. Let's take a peek. Hey, Dick DiBartolo, Man's Medist writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at gizwiz.tv. Toy Fair 2018. We're at Thames and Cosmos. So what is the object of these new kits?
So Engineering Makerspace is a new line so I guess the goal of this was to make physics as appealing to as wide of an audience as possible. So we want everyone to get into physics and everyone to play with physics toys. And the idea here was to give kids sort of a featured model that they can make that seemed like so much fun, that moves in really cool, unique, awesome ways. And
can we roll one of these around? Do any of these move?
So each one of these kits teaches a different physics lesson. So this one here, Alien Robots, you build 10 different robots and you learn about levers and linkages. And let's see, so if I turn it on, you can see this one sort of flaps its wings and moves in different ways. Or you can, and it goes forwards and backwards. Or we can use this one, which teaches how you can use gear trains to make different angles and different objects move in different ways.
And what do those kits sell for? That's good.
$30 retail.
$30 retail. Okay, and then these are brand new, right? These are new and these are new.
Yeah. So this is a brand new series. It's called Peppermint. So Peppermint is a girl who her and her friends go on engineering adventures. In the Great Treehouse Engineering Adventure, she goes to visit her aunt in Borneo. And there are stories and there's storybooks. And inside the story, her aunt has all kinds of problems where she lives in a treehouse, because who doesn't want to live in a treehouse, right? And in their treehouse...
Strangely, a treehouse on Park Avenue.
You live in a treehouse on Park Avenue. Excellent. Well, if you ever need help, Peppermint can come and keep the animals out by building a trap door in the floor to keep the animals out. Or if you need lights in your treehouse, she can wire up a string of LED lights and build lights to solve that problem. Or if you have trouble and you need to escape from animals that did sneak into the house, she can build you a cable car over here to escape very quickly.
Oh, okay. And this guy, this girl?
So in this one, Peppermint is going on a sea journey, on a cruise, and the boat breaks down. And as the boat breaks down, she needs to come up with all these different inventions to fix the different things on the boat. And she uses hydraulics and pneumatics to do that, so water power and air power to solve different challenges.
So I'm using air power here, right?
That's right.
That is pretty easy. And these kits sell for?
These are $39.95.
$39. And when are they coming out?
These are coming out in August.
August of 2018.
Yeah, so a lot of engineering and some hydraulics and great engineering.
And getting younger and younger kids into understanding things that older and older people don't, like me. Dick DiBartolo, Man's Medist writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at gizwiz.tv.
I love that. I think that is cool that there's like a little story behind the engineering to kind of get kids engaged. I find that neat. I like that.
I do too. And the fact that robot kit, you can build 10 different robots one at a time from the same kit. And there's a motor in there, and there's a creepy crawly robot. And
yeah,
it's really a great way. But I love that little. I didn't realize at first that when I was using that little plunger that I was raising and lowering the derrick on the boat. I guess it was something that's supposed to go down and get sand from under the water and move it around. It's very clever. They're really very clever.
And that was a lot of building. Like I kind of didn't expect there to be so much inside of that kit. That was pretty impressive. On the entire treehouse has quite a lot inside of it.
Yeah, and it's wood. I didn't know what it was made out of. I think it's pressed wood, and it was already assembled. I guess you press the wood out of a form and then build it easily. Oh, that's a good shot there. You can see how the cable car runs, and you can see how the pulleys work. So the pulleys can run the cable car. The pulleys can also work to raise and lower a basket. It's very clever.
Yeah, I could tell that as a kid I would love this sort of thing. Anything that dealt with gears and pulleys and moving parts, I loved as a kid. Loved.
Yeah,
So.
and how about electrified wire?
Yeah, LEDs. Oh my gosh.
LEDs on it anywhere, and suggested retail under 30 and under 40, and I assume once they get into the market, they'll be a little better than that.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay. So now, all right. So we're going to see a 2-part video. Okay. So the first toy won the 2018 Toy of the Year. Now there are, I think, 11 Toy of the Year awards because there's like Toy of the Year board game, Toy of the Year action thing, so and so. So the first 36 seconds, I just lifted the video from my ABC spot. So this one, Toy of the Year, we talked about it, but I don't think we saw it in action. So let's see one of the Toy of the Year award winners.
This won the 2018 Game of the Year, Soggy Dog. How does Soggy Dog work?
So you race around the board, and depending on which color...
It's frozen. Oh.
YouTube, what is... Oh, you know what? Can you go to YouTube and play it?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube now.
You are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here, let's see if I think it works.
Depending on which color faucet you land on, you either give him a bath.
Okay, so water coming out of the shower.
Or you twist the dial, and you never know when he's going to dry himself off.
Oh my!
So much fun.
Okay, so you
love this game.
This is really. I like this. Soggy Dog.
Let it run, and I can talk over it.
Cool.
Okay, so you go to a shower, and then you have to turn a knob a certain number of times, and one of those times when you turn the knob, is it frozen again? I cannot believe this. You may be the unlucky person to be next to the knob when Soggy Doggy shakes itself dry.
That's that's a really impressive shake. I'll be honest.
Isn't it? And it's 20
cute and
bucks.
fun.
It's cute and fun. That's why I think it won a Toy of the Year. Now they are introduced. So there's Soggy Doggy. All right. So now hopefully the sound will play on this. This is going to be their fall release in their silly category, Silly Sausage. So hopefully that'll play.
Silly sausage.
Hello! Come on, play with me.
Follow its commands.
Twist me, shake me, stretch me. Ooh, you're on a roll. Chipolata Turbo.
Super speedy silly sausage.
Dip me, stretch me, poke me, twist me. You're out. Come on, party. Twist me. Pass me, pass me, pass me. Ah! You grill me.
Super speedy reaction game. Silly sausage from Ideal.
Hello?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's very weird, isn't it? And that's why I said, is there a video online? Because I think rather than me sitting here with my silly sausage, I'd rather just find video. But kids are probably going to love it. And, it's the kind of thing that if you're good at it, the game will keep speeding up and you have to do it faster and faster. And as you heard, there are silly sounds and you have to twist it and pull it and then pass it.
It reminds me a lot of Bop It. There was a product called Bop It.
Yes, Bop It. You know what? It's sort of like, let's bring Bop It back.
As a sausage.
In a silly sausage Bop It. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, in the original Bop It, it was more of like a one-player thing, but I remember that they came out with other versions that was like the party Bop It, and you could pass it around, and
it does something, and then you had to repeat it, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So it was
that
kind of
silly
like
Simon?
Well, there was Simon. Bop It was much more of like you have to get it as fast as possible. It'll tell you to either bop it, pull it, twist it. Was I think the three things. But then they came out with extra Bop Its that had like roll it and flick it and like all sorts of extra little things that you could do. But yeah, that was, I mean, it seems like the exact same thing in a sausage.
It's
a marketing breakthrough. It's
exactly
amazing.
Exactly. and I believe there are 10 things you can do with your silly sausage. And we'll leave it at that. So Soggy Doggy is on their website, and Silly Sausage is not. However, it almost seems like you can buy Silly Sausage already. So my guess is that it was something that was on the market, maybe from a small toy company, and Spin Master thought, you know what, with our marketing stretch, we could make this a big hit.
Right, exactly. Listen, I'll buy some sausage. Let's go. Let's do it.
The sillier the better.
The sillier the better. Perfect. Okay, so Soggy Doggy and Silly Sausage.
Okay, so the third game is from a guy who invents toys. His name is Perry. I think it's Perry Terry. Terry, Tery. And he invented this new thing called Dynamite Balloon Warrior. And you know what? Let me just see. When he talked about his business card, let me just hold up his business. All right, so this is what his business card looks like. And this was printed on the packing cases that they were shipping the toy in. Okay. So now here's his story.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll play.
Yeah.
Hey, Dick DiBartolo, man's maddest writer in the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at gizwiz.tv. So I'm walking through Toy Fair, and I see this sign that says U.S. Customs held up our booth, and I'm going to talk to Perry here. Why? Did they really?
They really did hold up our booth, and we think we figured out why. Our new brand is called Dynamite, and we think that they thought it was dynamite, but we didn't ship dynamite. That's our brand.
I see. So what is Dynamite?
So Dynamite are DIY kits that have an explosive, exciting element in it, like this one. This is called Balloon Warriors, and it's a battle toy for girls and boys.
Oh, okay. Can we see how it works?
Absolutely. I challenge you to a fight.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Is this a total stranger?
Oh my gosh.
Or
It's a total stranger who
happens to work for the company.
Okay.
Who happens to share his DNA?
Oh, got it.
Okay, so now you're going to battle each other?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's going to go down in defeat. You ready? We hope. Go.
Okay, it looks like, one of the balloons popped.
Now, what happened that made the balloon break?
So when you hit the sensor, it spins this little disc, and a piece of sandpaper pops the balloon.
Oh, we're going to just go up to the camera and hold
So it was like a big balloon.
All right, so the object is you're playing with balloons. When the balloon hit that, it set that off, and that broke the balloon, and that's the winner.
Yeah, so the concept is there's no more of this, no, you didn't win, I win. I stabbed you first, you stabbed me first. We got sick of that, and we said, this will solve it.
Oh, okay. And how is it sold?
So it's in a kit form where the kids get a kit, they assemble it in about 10 to 15 minutes, they go out and play, and then when they come back, they can learn strategy for dueling, and then also how the electronics work in it as well.
And the price point?
$24.95, and they get the balloons and a set and the book.
Okay.
And they get two for $49.95.
Okay, so the $49.95 is the better way to go, of course.
Yeah.
Then how do you play by yourself with one person?
Well, if you buy one and then you learn all about it, then you're going to want your friends to play too.
Oh,
so
okay.
they'll get one also.
So that you know all the moves.
If you have a third kid, you want that. You want one for that third kid.
Okay. I like this. And your website is?
PerryTerryToys.com. Terry, PerryTerryToys.com.
I'll put it on the screen. Dick DiBartolo, man's maddest writer in the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at gizwiz.tv Toy Fair 2018. Bye.
That is very funny. Customs did not like his name at all.
What? Oh, that's very funny.
Customs.
And go to his website for a minute, Perry, PerryTerry Toys, and just let that play for a second, because years ago, and this was before I think you were doing the show, Perry invented something. It is a magic marker with a built-in cutter.
What? That's crazy.
you would draw things, and then instantly, but then you put it on your hand and you can't cut yourself.
What?
So he was on. Evidently, there's a morning version of Shark Tank that appears sometimes on Good Morning America. So he was on that. Wow. And he said that did very well. It's in many toy stores. And now he's coming up with this new Dynamite Balloon Warrior. So the Dynamite Balloon Warrior is coming out. I think he said summer. When you go to their website, there's a way to, it says put your name on this list if you want to be notified first when it's available. And it comes with, I believe he said 50 of those long balloons. And I said, do you have to blow them up yourself? But he said, no, it comes with a little air pump. And the kit, he said, boys and girls can put it together like in 15 minutes. But I like the idea that the real idea of it is that when your balloon breaks, you know you've lost. So there's no arguing with who won and who lost. So it's a clever idea and doesn't seem badly priced at $25 for one and $49.95 for a double kit.
Absolutely. That's spoken from someone who probably has kids. Is the arguments over, no, I won, no, I shot you first, is endless. So I feel like that's he's a parent himself.
Yes, he is. Actually, that was his daughter in the video. Exactly. And he probably has more kids. Okay.
Well, cool.
So I have one toy left and one different gadget left for next week. In the meantime, it's a new month.
It's a new month. So it is a new.
That means it's a new.
You know you don't need it, but you might want it at your dad's crappy corner. Get it.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the gadget hidden for a little bit longer as we keep the suspense alive, because we asked our patrons what the theme should be for this month, and the options were between garden gadgets, elderly gadgets, or safety gadgets.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me guess. Gadget, garden. I don't think so. Elderly. I'm gonna. Am I wrong when I say safety gadgets?
Well, it was heated, let me tell you, because last night I looked and safety gadgets and garden gadgets were tied with the exact same amount of votes. So I'm hoping that, and then this morning there was a leader, so I'm hoping that the results haven't changed. Garden gadgets. Garden gadgets did end up winning with only, looks like, what is that, 8 extra votes.
Okay. So, I guess with spring coming.
Garden, yes. Part of me thought about cleaning gadgets, like spring cleaning gadgets, but that's kind of hard to get some cleaning gadgets. I couldn't really think about it. So garden gadgets won. So I brought out quite a few little props for this garden gadget, including some plants, some potting soil, and a big old pot.
Well, wait a minute, you got fake plants. You don't need the rest of those things.
Well, this is a real plant.
That's a real plant. Oh
yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah. It's
wow. I didn't know they sold real plants.
Right?
I live in New York City.
Yeah, not here in New York. Of course not. Right. So this is a really simple gardening gadget, and it's called Up a Daisy. And this is the gadget. This is the entire gadget right here. And what the problem that it is trying to solve is if you have a fairly shallow plant that takes up a lot of a wide area, well, you can take one of these pots that you would normally have to fill all the way down to the bottom with soil that would never be used. Well, you can use the up a daisy to fill in that area so that the amount of soil you have to put in is much, much less. And this helps with the soil. It helps with how much you have to water. It also helps with weight, so that if you don't want to carry this thing around so much. And
does it come in different sizes?
Yes, it does. It comes in at the Home Depot that I was at. There was 4 different sizes. This is the 11-inch, but it also came in 3 others, and I forget the exact amount. It does have little holes on the back and some nice, some nice sturdy plastic. The top is pretty smooth, and then you can kind of see some of these holes to let the water drain through, stuff like that. So let me just go ahead and pull off the sticker, and the sticker just kind of explains what it is. And we'll do a live planting, shall we? So we just put this down in the bottom. It's pretty secure. I mean, I'm pretty confident.
I see it's tapered, so it's going to lock in.
Yes, exactly. So yes, the edges are, tapered down, so it'll fit.
Wow.
And I tried a few different pots at Home Depot. It did have an issue with some plastic pots. A lot of plastic pots kind of had an extra lip right on the edge. You know, these terracotta pots, they have that nice lip right here, but they're, this lip right here. But the inside is relatively smooth. But on plastic pots, because it was just like one plastic thing, this was very pronounced. And so this would get caught a lot on the plastic pot. It seems to do a lot better. This is a 14-inch, terracotta pot, or, pottery pot, not made out of plastic or anything like that. So this 14-inch fits the 11-inch up-a-daisy fairly well. So now, this might be fun to do live. We can repot this plant live.
Oh, well, you're a real gardener. I just would have put it on the shelf and figured no one's going to notice.
Exactly. Ain't nobody going to notice that. There we go. Oh, there's a water thing in the way. Let's throw that away. Here we go. Turn that upside down. And so now I don't have to fill the entire pot with soil, and I have some extra soil to kind of throw around the edges. But you can see that fits the top. Now this pot is probably a little bit comically large for this plant, but that's just so that we could show off how big of a difference it is. And so now I can use a lot less soil around the edges of this plant to kind of fill in the difference. And I think I'll probably just stop there. I'll actually do this more later when I'm not over the camera equipment inside the studio. Yeah. The price is really, really reasonable. Let me
bring in that water hose now, Chad.
Exactly. Actually, let me just rain. If you could just rain here, that would be fantastic. Exactly. Let me see on their website. Let's see if I can find a price here. My memory was it was under $10. But let's see if...
okay. Home Depot, you said?
Yeah, Home Depot, but I also saw it online at Walmart, at tons of different places. You can see all the different sizes. Wow. 10 inches all the way up to 18 inches. Let's click this 11-inch one that I bought. $8. $8 from up-a-daisy.com. So $8 just for a single 11-inch round. They also make square versions, so you can look at the square up-a-daisies as well. So round and square. And so if you're someone who has that perfect plant that doesn't really need the extra space, well, then you can happily use this in order to make the pot less dense and not need so much soil. So that's the first of our gardening gadgets, our spring gardening gadgets.
I think that's great, especially the weight thing is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it very, very easy. And so yeah.
I used to, if I had a great big pot, I would take smaller flower pots, put them in the pot upside down.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Because that would at least take up a fair amount of room that I didn't need dirt. But your solution's better because no dirt at all needed for the bottom third. Yeah,
exactly. It's very lightweight, so that helps out an awful lot. So yeah, so you got diamond-shaped ones, round ones, and let me just look at the 18-inch one, which would be the largest. That's $15. So there, the prices vary depending on the size. So that 18-inch one is $15.
Oh, it's good, and they also tell you that what size pot it mostly fits.
Right, exactly. In fact, what's funny is the sticker for mine mentioned that fits tapered plants sizes 20 to 22 inches. And what's funny is I think I got a 14-inch one. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I got a larger one than I thought. But yeah, it says it on the product and on the website. So there you go. The theme for this month is gardening. So we're going to have a whole bunch of gardening gadgets coming up for the rest of this month.
Perfect.
With that, let's jump into Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky
and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn.
On. And our video came with an email. It's not a viewer video. It is a viewer video of an old gadget. I talked about the AC adapter a couple weeks ago. And I said, when I was a kid, Radio Shack sold them. And so Mom's Worm made a video about one he got at Radio Shack many moons ago. So here is Mom's Worm's video.
So I got this universal power adapter from Radio Shack. It's not a Radio Shack brand, it's RCA. Here's the information. And for changing the settings on it, you don't need like a coin. I mean, there's a slot in here, but it's just good enough to put your fingernail in there and just, you know, change the different settings and everything. I mean, you know, here's the tips and stuff, and they're just in there, and take them out, and then they go in to this right here.
You see, I think you could change the polarity by turning that 90 degrees.
So,
I think so too.
Now, I don't know about reverse polarized setting for this, you know, if they work both ways or whatever. I'm guessing. I don't have the manual anymore, and I tried to find it online, no luck. They do like sell this one on Amazon, and this lights up when you plug it in, but I had no luck finding a manual, and the model that's on there looks a little different, and it's not white, and there's no information on the Amazon website that says they can be swapped, you know. So that's it. This is Mars Worm, and yeah, this is the adapter. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Mars Worm. That's awesome.
Yes, and the funny thing is, after I got his video, I said, wait a minute. I think I have one of those. And I did. And on mine, I was trying to power. I forgot what I was trying to power, but it wouldn't work. And then I thought, wait a minute. I bet if I turn this 90 degrees, only because if they don't want you to use the plug in another direction, it's usually keyed. And Mosworth doesn't look like Worm. Doesn't look like his is keyed, and mine wasn't. And so I turned it 90 degrees, and then it did power the device I wanted. And the only other thing is the one that I did a couple weeks ago, and is on gizwiz.biz and on the show, can power devices up to 2 amps. And I noticed his is 500 milliamps. So the new ones you get can power more devices. Probably not a laptop. But wow, that is $25.
Yeah, that's this is Eric Duckman found this and put it in the chat room, and it looks like it has basically everything. It's also the RCA brand. Okay. So yeah, looks.
Is that also 2 amps? Did it say?
Let's see. Goes up to
2,500 milliamps is 2.5 amps, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's even more powerful.
Wow. There you go. It doesn't show the other side with the settings. I just assumed that you could change them. And then there's also some, black ones. But, what he was saying quickly was you don't need a coin or a little screwdriver, which is nice. You can just use your finger. On these other ones, it looks like you need an itty bitty screwdriver to be able to pull it off to change the settings. So that's good.
So you will get a copy of Mad Magazine, the new issue, the last issue produced by us in New York City, and an Alfred E. Newman picture. And we're looking for more videos. I think that was the last video we had. So if you want to make a video, do it really quick. Because next week we're taping on a Tuesday. Can be just 1 to 2 minutes, up to 3 minutes max. Any kind of a gadget. We love old gadgets. Gadget that you have in the cellar, in your attic. A gadget you just bought and love. A gadget you just bought and hate. Any sort of a video about a gadget. And make sure it's in horizontal mode and we can hear you like we just did in today's video. And you will earn, once we show it, the Mad Magazine and one of those 30, I guess they're about 38-year-old now, Alfred E. Newman pictures. So make the video.
43-year-old. You know, we could just add 5.
Yeah, 43.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get one of those 48-year-old pictures. And if we have it by Tuesday, one of those 55-year-old pictures. Exactly. So make a video, put it on YouTube. If you don't want others to see it, click unlisted and send us the URL at mail@gizwiz.tv. Are you hearing that, Mrs. Johnson? Mail at gizwiz.tv.
We talk about it just about every time that I'm over there. I'm like, we're still waiting.
I have an idea. They have a house, right? They live in a house. They probably could make 50 videos of stuff from the attic and the basement and the garage and
so much. And I know that there's still stuff from my childhood that's in boxes somewhere. I'm 100% positive that they could do something with that. That could be. It could become Chad's Gadget Warehouse at my parents' house segment for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Okay, well, let's move on to the letter.
And our letter of the week is from a loyal Patreon, just signed Michael. And he says, I'd like to share this with you. I think you should go buy them and try them. They really work. I can seem to only find them on Walmart and Amazon. You should check it out. I have a pair. And what an emergency pair of glasses they make for $20. And we can show the link of what he's talking about. So years ago, we did these on the show. And back then, they were made by a company called Aldenware. I think Alden. Adlen. And they do work. So it's a way to have. They look very dorky, okay? So basically you put them on, it's 2 sets of lenses, and there's a little dial at each side, and you dial until you can read. And I thought it's a great item to throw into a suitcase. Like if the family goes on vacation, they could be for anybody who loses their glasses. And can you pan down, Chad? So it's from -6D to +3D. So it's a fair range of prescriptions.
Wow, you can get 3D glasses. That's amazing.
Yes, 3D glasses. And so obviously they're not to be your permanent glasses, but if you're on a trip and you want to be reading books on a train or something, it's a perfect thing to just throw in a bag and for $20 have emergency glasses.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'll put the link in the show notes at gizwiz.biz. And thank you, Michael.
And the technology is 2 different lenses. I remember like years ago, we saw some lens that would like fill with oil and then it would bubble and it would make the lens perfect and stuff. But it's not like that. It's just these 2 separate lenses moving back and forth.
And you with the dial are actually changing the focal range.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you for
Okay,
sending
so
that
now,
in.
yes, so now, did you know?
No. Okay,
haven't
we're
looked at
playing What the Heck Is It to keep people up to speed.
Have you looked at what it was yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, all right. Well, then this is the actual thing that was on.
Okay. Oh, there's a back piece to it.
Oh, you saw? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now do you know? Okay.
I still don't really
thing.
know. I thought, okay, so from the photo, I was positive that that was just a piece, and there was a crescent shape to it. Oh darn, I was just spoiled by trying to scroll down. That is it. I did not realize. I thought this was one solid piece. I did not realize that there was something back behind it, and I also didn't realize it was so big. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, it is the lock-on drink holder. So the object is you lock it onto the side of a chair or a picnic table, and then you put a drink in it. Now, for some reason, it got incredibly crappy reviews on Amazon.
I'm sure, because that does not look like that could hold very well.
Well, it seems strong enough, but I don't know. I don't know. I think if you put I think a paper cup is good. Yeah. I think if you put a full can of soda on it, you might be in trouble.
Or if you just put a full paper cup on it, it might not be that great.
But if you're interested, they're on Amazon. It's one of those things where it's sold under a billion names at a billion different prices. The cheapest I saw was 4 of these for $10. And
wow.
I believe 18% of the people gave it 5 stars, and 43% of the people gave it 1 star. So it's either a love or hate relationship with the clip-on drink carrier. Oh, well, now, Chad, so take a shot at the new.
Okay, what is the new?
Oh, well, wait a minute.
Wait, we have to figure out what were the clever answers for.
Oh, okay, so the clever answers were, so about 30 people got it. So we just did a quick lottery and picked 6. So we have 6 of the right answer, a dozen for the wrong answer, assuming you live in the U.S. Just weird answers. I think this is a carrying handle for celery. Okay.
Nice.
Toothpaste holder that you screw on the wall and then put the toothpaste tube in it with the cap facing down. I could see where that would work. In college, we hung a sock or a tie on the door handle to alert the roommate we had a guest. I think this is the professional version of that. I love this. I think it's a template to cut out the traditional window in an outhouse door.
Nice, very good.
Okay, and this is very clever. I think it's a solar eclipse viewer for people who don't like waiting. Okay, so you can just pick it up. You want a solar eclipse? Look at this thing. And then finally, another moon thing. It's designed to measure what the moon is doing. Quarter moon, eighth moon, full moon. Eternal Ozzy sent that in, who's often in our chat room. So some great answers. Go and see if you won. Shoot me an email. And the rules have changed. You have to live in the U.S. to get MADs. I mailed out a few already today at $2.79 per issue to mail them, which is why they're only going to the U.S. If you live anywhere else, I will actually autograph one of those 130-year-old Alfred E. Newman pictures.
It's been a few minutes. Yeah, that's good.
And then I will scan it and send a JPEG for you. And if you print it out and frame it, we've done that about 10 times now. People are very happy with it. Or in that issue, I have the modern day digital age choking poster. If you want a copy of that, I will print that out and autograph it and scan it and email you that. So no matter where you live, you can win something. Okay, so go to gizwiz.biz and click on the What the Heck Is It, and you'll see the new game and the winners of the old game.
Perfect. And here is the new game. This is what we're playing for. What the heck is it?
Exactly.
It's obvious to me that this is a bit of fingernail from the world's longest fingernail Guinness World Record holder. But if you think you know what this is,
not bad.
You can get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. And just like we said, 6 Mad magazines for the correct answer, 12 Mad magazines for hilarious, clever, funny, and interesting answers. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz.
Chad, I'm looking in the chat room, and someone bought one of those cup holders. I think they said at the dollar store, and they said, I think it's thanks for waiting. It said it's all fun and games until you end up with a hot cup of coffee in your lap.
Or a cold cup of coffee, for that matter.
Anything in your lap.
Anything in your lap. Yeah, exactly. Also, head on over to gizwiz.tv to see, that's our home. You can catch us live. There is a little bit of a schedule change next week because I'm headed to Florida, and so we're going to be recording on Tuesday. Same time, but just on Tuesday instead of on Thursday. So if you want to catch the show live, please tune in, gizwiz.tv at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time. If you're in Mountain and Central, you got to do time conversion yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Also, big thanks to our patrons. Oh my gosh, over at patreon.com. Like we said, this is a momentous episode. We are starting year 13. We just completed year 12 of the Giz Wiz. And very soon we'll be 4 years independent, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show. And that independence could not happen without your support. Thank you so much for all the people who have supported over the 4 years of independence. And also a special thank you to the ones who are currently supporting the show over at patreon.com/GizWiz. Or some people do support via PayPal. Just head on over to gizwiz.tv, click the Patreon tab, past the Patreon banner. There's a PayPal link for you guys to click in and use. Big thanks to you guys.
Yes, I'm going to do an extra thank you because it was so funny. Dennis the other day said, you love doing Giz Wiz so much. What would you do if they ever canceled it? And I'm thinking, what, ever canceled it? Only the Patreons could cancel it.
Right.
Because it's just Chad, I, and Josh, our producer.
Exactly.
So it's very unlikely that all 248 people, but we'd love more.
I mean, they could say you are done, but
they could all get together in a big room and just
our chat room is going to unionize and say, listen, we deserve rights. When you guys are cut off.
Pull the plug on those two. Don't do that, chat room. Don't do that. Patreons.
So big thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. And if you love the show, please consider giving a little bit on Patreon or on PayPal. That wraps up for this episode of The Giz Wiz. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
And I'll be here. Bye.